Before proceeding any further, and for the purpose of emphasis, let me restate the case of the NDC relative to the new CI, which has been laid by the EC before the August House of Parliament. For the avoidance of doubt, the NDC's opposition to the EC's entrenched and intransigent decision to compile a new voters register for the 2020 general elections remain unchanged. Let me take it again. For the avoidance of doubt, the NDC's opposition to the EC's entrenched and intransigent decision to compile a new voters register for the 2020 general elections remains unchanged. We stand by our position that the current voters register is credible and that the country does not need a new voters register for this year's general elections. We are therefore employing all legitimate means to stop the needless, illogical, and wasteful new voters register agenda of the Gyan Mensah-led EC. The crux of the issues we raised at our last press conference is that the registration requirements provided under the proposed constitutional instrument, which has been laid in Parliament by the EC, that is Ghanaian passports, which has less than 2 million holders who are 18 years and above, or the Ghana card with just about 6.5 million holders who are 18 years and above, to govern the needless, illogical, and wasteful new registration exercise they intend to undertake are too narrow and wholly inadequate for the purposes of identifying eligible voters, which is estimated about 18 million. And that same, and this realization that first of all, less than 2 million people have passports. Most of them have used the passports as bidder documents for NIA cards. And out of the estimated population of 18 million,
well, Yankopon Adam, Yawada, Bako, Aqua Sign, Abetoyim, Biemene, a 21st day of May 2020. Punch Jumadi, and a bro, or Kessben television, Obesign, ATN, or Kessben radio at the same time, no, or sign sharing Facebook Live. Na, and you bring, yet not see, you better say. Now, the Electoral Commission say, Ghana for more mandate and to me say or more and a body or more if share about to home say the constitution eka. And until 2020 election I be called December 7th presidential parliamentary. Susu say the current voters register was say yetumi a year for Friday be replace no na yenya credible register betumi dia to election 2020. The Electoral Commission now chi almost 7 notice at the same atutu yenim and among our commission no ebetu our model compile a new voters register for the upcoming elections in December. Now, National Democratic Congress through the NDC our concerns. NDC concerns Nedikai and say we don't need the new voters register. Me, I use current register na again NDC for position and say Electoral Commission ya na adwen say ombe compare new voters register and the Ohene Ohene ebaba Ghana because COVID-19 spread no into me ensia no. The Electoral NDC position and say ebe compare new voters register party and ombe use every available legitimate means so best stop the Electoral Commission from compiling a new voters register. Now the Electoral Commission determined say they will need to compile a new voters register. And you bring a budget for now say you this issues near say which way do we want to go? So Electoral Commission say our mandate so we compile no voters register. Now the NDC says no, we'll fight with the last blood to stop the Electoral Commission from compiling a new voters register. You better there in Susan so a war at the mine. COVID-19 figures now at 6,269. Recoveries 1,898, and deaths are increased to 31. Now these are the figures Ghana Health Service at the MIM. The President, His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, mindful of these figures, Ghana for your TSSM. Now COVID-19 is here to stay with us. COVID-19 no wabat na here. There was here any kwan I bet me afa so a yene no ebetna wa breko a enkofa how de oyene bia embrayem. The President has said say it was a observe sa hygiene and safety protocols mpempi ne ya oboboswe. Sa measures na betimi amayetimi di COVID-19 so enkunim. Na nwumdre ayetna se ewo punch jumadi so our Kessben television, Kessben radio, and of course Facebook Live. You better say the facts and the figures, the science and the data. Amankwah quests say you see 1st June. Our more expected said the President ebe ease some of the restrictions. Yedi kan ede aba ewo Ghana no saying na ye fanu anamon ben na ye too. They have found these are issues so look at they say. And a very significant day for small scale businesses because of the launch of support for small scale enterprises. COVID-19 support. His Excellency the President, it over 600 million Ghana cedis, and support small businesses. On my Ghana, and also so. You can say microphone waluso mujuma microphone mujuma a collapse microphone we him say obenya support from the government saying and I found so far application I banet saying how we dealing with these matters and matters arise from these issues you better there can I will punch juma dey so and wa dwen kire unsu se wa sembisa wo send by your text message ade by we can kind Amaria Safana nyina so so ati send our dwenwumbre ewo juma yedi ewo Kessben television and on Kessben radio bidding the Ohene Gyan lawyer. Thank you and I say thank you to Mabaja for aye ready me try me ho sisi e ma ba me ba na ye juma de na sia no me ba sisia.
Go, good people of Ghana. Here are some safety measures on prevention of coronavirus. 1. Cover your mouth with tissue when you cough or sneeze. Dispose of tissue into a bin immediately you cough into it and wash your hands with soap and running water. Avoid shaking hands and use sanitizers as often as you can. Signs and symptoms of coronavirus include fever, cough, sneezing, and difficulty in breathing. Should you experience any of these or for more inquiries, please contact 0558 439 868. That's 0558 439 868 or call 0509 497 700. That's 0509 497 700.
Remember to always wash your hands with soap and running water.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, the Ghana Health Service, and partners.
Making or sharing fake videos or news is a crime punishable under Ghanaian law. Section 76 of the Electronic Communications Act 2008, Act 775 says, A person who by means of electronic communications knowingly sends a communication which is false or misleading and likely to prejudice the efficiency of life, safety, service, or to endanger the safety of any person commits an offense. On summary conviction, the offender is liable to a fine of not more than 36,000 cedis or a term of imprisonment of not more than 5 years or both. A person is taken to know that a communication is fake or misleading if that person did not take reasonable steps to find out whether the communication was false, misleading, reckless, or fraudulent. Please be reminded of this law before you post or share fake news on WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and all other electronic media platforms, as you may be held personally liable for the message you post, forward, or share. Making or sharing fake videos is a crime punishable under Ghanaian law. This message is brought to you by the Operation COVID Safety Committee.
It's a beautiful morning. It's a wonderful day. It's a beautiful morning. It's a wonderful day.
Out of 4, Emrenaso, and it's really out to the match, and any bro. Free no pemu, copim no pemu, and Jordan copim fiala. If some in Yama, Namako studio, Nailish. I want to see a pemu pepper. Many of your fortress, the pemu kajima deep or match. And we are on him by Kenya, many 20 Babin Tassi, and the Akudia won't some I have to then kick off, bro.
Chichi Mediano Sugusa would in a brass for matches so get a good some kickoff and the day Bramo. Coco photos and on a bamboo was not fair for details and run into a brass Jolaka.
At the time is a bit petty. Many my baby 4 at Trassi, and the work out of this in Pizima. That to the Aman Senti. Or of 4 TV, then Nika says.
Lockdown Nimono, Yachini Padria Sami no
now the Togar in and Baku.
Emu Ensian, Matis.
Machichu Media won't grab at a peak. If you join a brother and I water, Yama politicians better see. Every person or money moon some account minor and some actually among 4.
Intimina, and family.
Who called I a song? Ya today, Kawasem. Ghana for Mamu, one woman, and any big Bremunia. Yamomo kind almost such no matter. Man, tell me, Mensna would draw yet to walk. If you are diet Nasia, Ghana, Monday, and Yamamre. Any Abrabomu, 70 near Messino, and the debate him, Yamalquam also at one. Yet kaboom, near the Jumedi Abro. You can join us on Facebook.com/Kessben FM, YouTube.com/Kessben TV, Twitter.com/Kessben TV. When you are Kafua and a mama Chimedias, we need your mind your do watch your man in the morning,
Especially for you.
I would be here away and dada sitting. A boy and a pom, then sounds on a day and EG any home can a buy and a brabum. I don't think I can see whom some here. If we say my accent, some aircost we are seeing near Swia dear and so Eddie Frimu. I don't say a football and local Premier League, no. The English Premier League, La Liga, the FIFA tournament. Samson at the UEFA Champions League. The Athletics more the World Athletics Championship, all the IAAF Diamond meetings, the Olympic Games, and boxing now pay. A rock golf move, I could be
Okay, so we are back on Punch on Kessben Television and on Kessben Radio. My panel members are well seated. And we are privileged to have Mpanyinfo Mienu Ayeneomo Ebetwetwe Nkomo ewo Punch Jumadie. So Mr. Philip Oforia Sante is a finance person. When it comes to finance, you can trust is into finance. And Ghana this year, I wore a sentiment mutitru or more formina. Mr. Philip Ofore Asante Ekujina ewo New Patriotic Party and them ewo hoso monto abaman so no ne bejina party na name ewo akopre mrashe medwafo akonwa ede ama nipa ewo formina na so this year our more ewo formula. So it's a parliamentary aspirant for the New Patriotic Party ewo formula constituency. Mr. Frank Danyasa is a Ghanaian. He is a member of the Inter-Party Resistance Against Compilation of New Voters Register. Or her enyumbre. Yenim painful education come on some aya boboso ewo Punch Jumadie so send a medical account. Once so betimi adwane en na de wadwen kire osusie ana wasem bisaba wabre kwa obe send the text message and as a WhatsApp message. Now mo fancham ya na mo send message about Facebook live. Normally ya me bom shame and I promise you I'll read some messages from Facebook live. It is not fair. I admit I will do justice to that one. So I remember Makwaba because I Philip Ofore Asante Makwaba.
Yeah, then bro.
Boko there.
What the normal. I do me the necessary answer.
Dayaza.
No.
Imajo. Is that
yeah, so meaning baby I miss you and see. Tell the ache. Say I know when you stable. I bet you at
anyway, is that for me?
Oh, Nyamiadum Boko. You go so some of my Ghana and
no, yeah. Now, just a brief comment. The figures now 6,269, but the recovery is very high, 1,898. And a death toll no 31. Now these figures then I can change. Then yes, I mean same through. I mean, you see these figures fight against COVID-19.
Yeah.
Of course, saying.
No, I'm that's it. My entire afrefone etiefo na omo majebre no mutie and then you may menko oboase na entia oboasefo omo majebre tie onim senia okona emu ayeden ewo ho edemaye sanse you recorded high numbers and I think say as it stands now and I'm almost 587 in Ashanti regional oboase ewe nimu and because yes for some reasons you have more testing there but a hard so when you are recording such numbers you only say or say yetimi eba ehun modern e won hye am penifo de egu akwan mu na yebetimi abo ama yetimi akọ yare no generally I think say the number of recoveries now is quite on the high and empire near bebo say wo mo hwe wo mo nya bi no because de enro anase nema omuguso omudi treaty omo no ombetimi di ahwe omo na ometimi nya sa ayaresa no ntentem na ye de penisen ka yare no ye won neti kokura na nke ye hu ne biem dan say president ka say ne betine ewom die but empire yi na de touch ne say doctor for wa ha ene nim de for omo nro mu nim de ebetimi abo modern na ometimi nya ade ebetu yare ase na etimi free Ghana so na free Africa so lawyer de abeya ma obi ankomba menim say now we are going to bebre list bebre ami hu na boy na yete ni na so ke kosiki
by this time come so I should be somewhere far away somewhere
so and say ya ba ya say ne obi antre fie nti no entempe and empire ne ebo say ebe free eso akọ na me mfa nkonya we so kan kire bo asefo say matete bebre enhu ebi mu a omo challenge say omo engineer when you mean the asemo
with the figures na mo record oboas ni nyina bi nyi
oh me who interviews be bra ye nuanom bi timi dina video so ka say no engine the bad say no smart can do engine there here so and the seriousness of it no ye pretty moment ya say ade na hu and they bia no me can me bo the leaders of oboase dodo na asobo especially the political leadership said there was education ne kono lawyer nya sa na eko ye mu bia ye de bia betimi atena fidie so aka wo mo mbete o mu ti wi a ye nuanu mo mo nkrase no jimi so kakraba apomposo hono mo de ko nyamesom ye de obu okura ye ka say TV oni bi radio kura wonte eti ya ma information vans anko ne de bi o wona beden we nyasa emwa no ti entimi anko anka so ene de aba ne say ye de bibi kata ye hwene a say nipa no be date enso no ye betena efidie so ne aka ye ka wi anim say eduru ase ho nanso na ntisa enti no yenko ne man cheche ne nko na omomom ne so no munjindi omu se yare no ehu na lawyer ye de akeka yensa ase se ya GGPPs bia ye pese ye kode ko boabo asefo and ene metra ofidie so aka se ye manipa ba ko bi selfish interest en stop ye ye de be ko boase and me matete oboase MC yara Elijah Dance bona comments bia oyeye se oboase fo hiamwa metra ofidie so ebisa asem ba ko
no yatete no I think say if we are official statement they are fine but
they make can say me say opportunity to also respond but me say fidie kwete fikese mu he so apart from say me share fikese mu he no last time sponsor ehwe regional minister so etie and me ma o ma hu say omo nipa ba ko ya yesi akwan and ene
no one make effort and also on my mom farmer because me you know me as a artist and I'm in fact
and American say donation ya the whole municipal police commander atuni bottom donated to support a worthy cause yeah the donations never be see commander so obi ka so be nam kroma koche now you afraid the leadership of the various market centers ne assembly members and member commander wa beje na MC timifa fund fair commander say you should receive it we member panel
commander ne ka chewana
lawyer.
No, I want to be.
No, I'm telling you facts, and I allegation. And I mentioned the name as Obuasi Municipal Chief Executive Elijah Adansebona. And me maka say ya me ya adom na ade tia. Officially, me the petition member regional minister. Some people want to just stab president in the back. Okunwe o man penisi ye nyina ya kun. Me de nyansa metie me se me nya kakra. And am se me to no smarts 500 de akocha. Yesi kwan. There be o man peni da cheche ne die. Obi si ne kwan. Eti die na abenti edu ba bia wo a wunya mo a wo topi Ashanti region said ye no.
No, but normally more the health frontliners and I say to market women or to because maybe at the mode now what they call donating so
no I didn't put the idea ba na nyam fan ba abobo ano a utimi ka se munyai
well anyway that's another thing we can I don't come part of our discussion.
No, what I'm saying is that we are talking about the serious issue and the spread of COVID-19.
Yes, sure.
And obi a wo baby a say lawyer utiwe ubetimi ade Veronica Bakers akochenko for nobody will stop you. Ubetimi de no smarts akoche a onim se timemufo obi a you can sit somewhere and say oh na obi ntimi 5 cedi Obia sorry the whole day 1 cedi crown in the bottom. So because the same depending koto nose mask, I won't say a big deal. It's enya adofo no mu yem. No be to the bottom ko palm nose mask or the kocha. Allow it. Ye na pese ebua na yare ni free wo. Me enya me fe onim say who ra obua say akapoliso. Ya mounted police barrier by force testing, which is good. Ejuma police commander Martin Asenso ye de abo obua se no no.
Asenso.
And on a daily basis, so
is my friend.
And Ejuma Obono, lawyer, very fantastic.
I know him.
Say what GSC one man, Oku, and the Abua say Yari be free as well. It's yin now, no, the SN say you are sentimental. Regional minister, the order, no smarts once him. And now, I may be a chinchinachi.
Oh, so this is an issue that can be sorted out.
It's no, ye na yam pamu name free or so.
Maybe that's the answer about hobby, Minko, without for us until. Yeah. There was some time ago I watched way beyond one of our platforms we are now could donate a NEMA for the people, for the benefit of the people, and therefore constituency, sanitizers, no, that time they don't nose mask, my rubbing alcohols and other stuff. It's commendable.
That's
I figure, see, are we winning the war? Are we where do we stand?
It came made that was TV for us. Kessben TV and Kessben Radio for Mutimia, Madam Wasi. Na Machia, me former Ampusia so for say an Adrio Monso, me shows as I be. The drone also I saw more 18 meda mechia omonso na ansa na mekoso no me small correction bi ansa na matoaso okay say me parliamentary aspirant from I'm not a parliamentary aspirant, I am a parliamentary candidate aspirant.
Oh, okay. Okay, candidate aspirant
because I've not gone through primaries yet.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And you know, once you haven't gone through primaries, you
actually
ascribe to yourself.
Yeah, of course. I get it.
Before I also proceed, may catch me near Kuma Frank Diane say, Onya Butre. Didn't I make him say, Sabi Elijah platform Akwenya. Yen yame adom ya odi abetra hase ne amanfo ni sankom woni habi na sabi we yina no ebi kura mpo ana sade wusi tie no na bia na entene sa enti ensam bi se ba abotre na obenya na me sure say utu anamonko Elijah office kwan bia so besia na di obu no ubehu wati Meaning say we are to be a pay. We no chief for some pacodo. Enti meso senya botre. Na wa twa nim say obo asem puntu won asem hion. The senti na ma utu sa na mo. Nya no kwamsu utu na mo bebre. Enti we nso faka ne ma na obey no da edi enimi ho. Ne twa na ma okona na so. Me sure say obeje bi ma. Na bring na print no say lawyer okay no ya na yenso timamufuo ne kwefa so eye nima no bi ho a ya na kakra so bibia o protocols a yedis me wo hwe me ana me ko donate bi no de me en se me ya niema no na me frame party for and the party for ye nya sa niema we empese ye de ko chamanfo misremu ye mfre DC hauna ijina aban name ye mfre ono mpo na ye bo DC amane ono na frɛ ne mo frɛ director of health services mame mo frɛ police commander mame o frɛ na pamfo ina ye ho asanta mo bae e mo kama enti mesre se bia protocols no bia ya na ye haka na me read you post bi na no post there will be fire with butu hey. What kind of fire is this?
Oh, okay.
I'm saying, what kind of fire is this? When they told me, I said, wow. Anyway, look, COVID-19. Yeah. Eddie Canabo Abayaba Subibre. COVID-19 team, you know, my, internationally, again recognition. And if you say, Abay Nanakufuado, His Excellency, Ade awaye no. Why ade? Nipa ya de awsayi. Now, nyame wo bre a odi obi apie. Enyum tufo bi tonu mo se ye nya nkopon. Eto da odi ekusie. Asa na oyi abekire. Em say nyame nim se bribi beba sa bre ya ibehin obi tizan na kufuado. Entina nyame de kosie. And we in a peer. Some of them are doing so, Frank. Some me adwene. Etino yabobona baso. Oh, retina air chrono 6,269 on the face of it, a hadwene. But in the last few days, the rate of growth it's like a coffin. And we say we are winning the war. It doesn't mean say you train and I say rest on our ass. it means I see a coso and I'm more you 20 and put the day in fast brain your cost to even more na yet me we could be pay so you are not ya pop champagne a day ho a day yankopon say we ye free ho me nu ekuma can say me say nana say yema yare yen to say yare na betra ha the intia ba it is an say so far as yinya anu adru no and so what yinya anu adru enti ye bekoso atra fufum say ya ana say ye be hwe say okay adena ba ye be pekwan bi so a contain say de aban penifo ebo ma ye contain nemom ye nyina nyintum na yen ankasa as individuals ye mo ye ho ban maybe sabe me kura me face mask me do me fact me hu say otiana me say because we boss never we risky what I say na ya bo ye ho ban na social distance dey adwuma sanitizer si be buy say kibisia so mo ko fa bibra me dey be stress science ho na ekoso kama so I say ni ankasa ye bo ye ho ban so ni ye bo ye ho ban na ye na yare no ehu de na hwe 31 out of 62 there 66,200 there ehu de nenso na penifo so amate a doctor from penifo amate say aduasa ba ko na e ho no dodo no a sabe no mo de friend underline condition no mo yare fufuro bi a e ma omo situation no ha nipa wuo sabe uluzu nipa ba ko pra life a ha nenso no COVID-19 and so what because what to my one day sabi di nipa bi be di cry den sabi o kan no so to want to be nkoso and change na COVID-19 ehu di so yare na ehu pa na ne pandemic said the sika pandemic na 31 out of 6,000 dem fi say ye ne betra ne abo ehu man said the be bi nye
okay remember that Mr. Philip Ofori Asante and Awotino Enyumbre parliamentary candidates aspirants formula constituency Mr. Frank Denyasa Obuase concerned citizen and a social commentator and a member of the Interparty Resistance Against Compilation of New Voters Register. Resistance against COVID-19.
Oh yeah.
Well, President Akufo-Addo today launched a 600 million coronavirus alleviation program CAP business support scheme that is CAP-BAS intended to support micro, small and medium enterprises impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, Mr. I say this time around from you, Mr. Asante. In the midst of pandemic, and then near my from the small, micro, medium, small enterprises, President 600 million support for these entities or business entities or enterprise or whatever. So be almost so to me at 10 around or more fortunes that ama omadi juma Ghana. How do you see this?
They say when business say atagi business is atade. COVID-19 impact on businesses. Only business mo bia hu ni ye. Na me amede ben sa so bibi bu no de me ka kire wa hadwene pa me guest house kitwe bi from na Frank dem so nim ho literally my closing it down so who closing down so you be a what mama ni pa workers are e ho no say untimi nya o mo kwa so be hwe o mo so tiase nti bosme so a me pa bi senti o mo ka abra facility na engineer hwe mfama me mako sra businesses in fact now na me wa donko bitters because me nua no the factory no literally it is a production and consistently na esikono and my sra mako we Ghana limited mako number of companies So our impact has been very, very devastating. And in the midst of this, and I buy our team, business focused, business minded. Say, Yabema nipa ho ahan kakra. Okay, 600 million a year.
Ghana cedis.
Ghana cedis are. And yet the papa, 6 trillion. Can it be 6 trillion? And you can want some no. It's kakasi pa. I just say nyama bit me ye e Ghana no. And you market wa. And so I buy transit the agri businesses home. And also me say ski eko boa. And my businesses. Ma it me fa mo ntuma pa efra. Ade yesi baba mba so yi pa. No nim. Nye 600 million kekeo. You will be a friend PFI, participating financial institutions. We are buying there. So, participating financial institutions, no, what is called a matching fund. So, and the matching fund could go up to about 50%.
Okay.
Which means that potentially we are talking 1.1 billion plus in business assistance to small and medium enterprises. Minimum, small and medium scale enterprises. If you say, seeing na modern say, be call NBSSI, National Board for Small Scale Industries, na yako register, na kakra, so you bit me business, you bit me contain, wako apply, interest rate no form, and to say the general interest rate and world market no, na also the aboa business no. One of the said there will be very good moratorium, a year's moratorium.
Okay.
3-year repayment.
Okay.
They say a year just are buying who say even COVID-19 creation for about 6 months to 1 year no. It be any to be in see that them to see a better things about scan.
Okay.
Into a moratorium now they reestablish yourself.
There's a 1 year no year made down or say between alone no be.
There be.
Okay.
So
and I interest also from
come on. It's sa ni maybe say it's here. The Americans say the medical can yankopon the nana kwesi no yi na
why the qualifiers of apply akopebi.
Every small, in fact, there's a micro platform. A business is very at a very micro level. So be a ton video micro. So mo come who boom as a group where you can go and apply. And see, but not micro no. And your small scale up to employees of 99.
Okay.
So that's it. And we just me guest house. I'm employed by 80. They qualify some you apply.
Okay.
So we'll be out to be employed up to 99. But this is just on the SME side.
Okay.
So there's the business aspect. I'm sure say no. But there's a bigger facility and also a buy and no become medium to large scale Ghanaian enterprises. We're in here for small scale, medium, micro enterprises. Yeah, but and they maybe say boama mino. And they ignite economic activity in the system. So now, Omano, Yan and Friend and Manfu Dini, and Nana Mine.
Obia show in your brain, I bia during the lunch, when you're quite answer when you're quite anti. So, per se or access, and I also so copy beer on your day.
First and foremost, as a business, will be a person apply so what is called the tax identification number. So what is called the term. Say then business bias war Nigeria so and I say the registration incorporation document. So one kasa incorporation documents that I'm incorporation documents as an individual. A show so or passport. A incorporation document as an individual. Say business as well. Business registration documents no. So put all of it together. Na call net so. NBSI, I have the link here. I can show it to you. We call NBSI for National Board for Small
NBSI.government.gov.gh.
Very good. Do call
NB support.
So we can not say na yitimi call internet so. We can not say internet so chrono ebeha wa obekọ omo centers dedicated call-up centers no ukọ hɔ a omo ewo akrachifo ninimdifo hɔ a omo beboa ama sabi application with me putting together.
I don't say you can also wait me so about mobile platform no a mobile number platform no you almost *718 *555 hash na and also so order there ebia edo lead you to a call center obi beboa na waye ya na say enso so number 0302 747777 also so with me afre for further direction and an email address and so send capsupport@nbssi.gov.gh with me and so
and you know we brofotententin no kan obia wo application o 2 years that the application that call eco banker unko banko so enye we nye safa na akofa internet bia na akofa na wifi na ankoyie na network a break eye utumi ya eye wohwe na utumi a bomodin a ko omo business assistance center so kwa mpenfo ho a yase the training omo ready ombeji watum no mo ahwe bibia ye onkrata asem oh no way party for party business for party
because Amankwah and I say be our model man party for
Nyankopon adom your president onya ipamu so was COVID-19 any political color any party kill any party be obia affected obia impacted enti bibi ho aye cha ne pe short as enti emfa party ho and then fight but wo hwe so na se unia wo apply na hwe na se da watie enti sabe ubekwa akodom party de abanso bibia esi ho kwan ende mebo abaso so ya ade pa
okay maybe that's maybe come a frank or me say about the frank there our business I support stimulus package for businesses
no I mean that's it I think it's a good call na ye share nkwa hodo a COVID-19 adokro omo a yare yakoho ene emwa obia try say obebo especially amanpenny for do na the odwene ne manfo hu bia wo e de nema bi say good ko me kai say me share London mayor e wo TV so e bra na UK aye kese e wo ho omo package om de gu akwam to an extent omo mention say even barbering shops ne salons organizers say the bear what wa obenya that arrange omo say betimi akọ easily to get access ne packaging. Yes, portal no ye di akire ya hwem and capture bibia honestly enye obia business because you know I'm into the real estate sector you go share what there na profile can say e bi wo the medium which is about the 1 million o man penika 1 billion apart from the 600 million no o kan 1 billion Ghana cedis e be call the medium and larger scale. And also now say you use our modalities maybe and also let me add if you have the mode of application. Emma be told just said there are certain commercial banks and as a rural banks this can be shown. Now lawyer there I was say be so say this a very critical question say and party as a man. And when we plenty research I may say sika you try to call mass lock and any party affair over the years. Let me have my example from Mills time. Besi John Mahama time. Besi and Day time. One more Mills time. You told VW cars the more with Maslow Sika. Now I'm the taxi business. I buy any change over Obiafa. Yet mean transfer for your mind Sika. Taxpayers' money. The same thing. The same transport. John Mahama time. If you say attack and boost. Okay, I know Hyundai i10. Similar and comfort car the same thing. And then Maslow can say. When you ask the camera, this camera, and obviously you yabo na akwa say party for nkwa and almost that image no na me show mpo say ama mampeni ama size kan anko na kamaslock and the sefata say omo chese SK NBSSI for the records in this country, NHS Kada. This is the first time. It's here they saw matter because you will be raising red flags when it went to MBSSI. Omu training entrepreneurs, omu boy with business plan, no doubt about that. Omu a fantastic course I feel no. But when it comes to financial issue, say you disseminate sika, edi amount for fra. Ne be share ni mo say at least Kevin Kra rural banks scrape PA more and Kebebwa.
Is it the case omo facilitate and also omo na physically omo distribute this scanner?
Now lawyer say omo clearance any approval. What do you take? I mean that is it. So no if you want qualify. So three major things. What the hotel number about belonging to a certain association where register with business. And wait me to call it me be our address. Ma yako yes I certain now. We be our house address. Any of the ID cards are kita, whether passports, voters ID, driver's license now the type of business are we. It will call business catalog now log it down. A be on list. Ushem now the anima. The last one here other services.
No,
and you the question what they are. Then the later our officer business service bentina who pay scan. But my point is say Popa make a statement which is fantastic. Bodia for no. Omo join the association no association ben. In this case MBSSI for no criteria dada. Either say your association be register with them. Omo system no sanity. And answer who as an individual be register no be your client. Who be your client the next step here work of fill form for this cap no. It is a all straight fill form for cap now your client they can't deal with you. Ma many can over bear 2 weeks in conform say. Then again say boja for no benya says canibi no. And ananka ye dwene mass lock ne is what do you call it? Rural banks you. But then or no can be for some one I was so be and then into the office. Sign the pay for a tomato seller. Or business in name buy or be pama there. Because of Atarian on to mean palm because he impaired. It's no a palm face mask or loose hospitality said okay, me no hostel okay in UST. I dear buy students need now coffee. Ombema find me as a diary no me swan. Say rent na end you. We are saying the next academic year. It's ye na na want to mean palm comma. Students need because until say wasaba school has to occupy based on president directive and until now say nah I'm a no you lose business in that regard but say aba embrama obiana nkofo nsan kebi
okay
now you best say the political parties both omo wom ni omo munim because lawyer me no tie ugidi so be opposition or the declaration will be a wabem.
No, that's true. I mean,
exactly because no civil service ni no or links the Ohene minister and a basa one call for so kwa enjoy because the MPB and ni nipa bi
no but the Ghanaians
exactly it now no ye man nyese ade na ba beto ho no e your man sika
fair and equitable
and nti no obia wa akwanya
okay
so onye bi ne ye nka obi e de ense
bebe that's it.
Two things. Luckily, Frank, I resolve the very question that he asked. I'm saying, or see, MBS's idea. You saw only consultants.
Yeah.
Almost small and medium-scale enterprises. Their role in this is to package the application for you and facilitate your access to the loan. That is why Mekan said there will be what is called the PFI, Participatory Financial Institutions.
Yeah.
In fact, Apex Bank, you know I serve on a rural bank. I serve on a Adansi Rural Bank board. Okay? So Apex Bank, for some reason, did actually invite rural banks who were interested. Adansi Rural Bank, we elected to be part of it. Okay? Because you're doing your customers.
Okay.
Okay? It's Apex Bank.
I think ADB. So
ADB, yes. But I mean, rural bank. I mean, don't come rural bank. Oh, it's it is the exact role that you described for MBSSI that they are going to actually play here.
Okay. The business plan.
The business plan, putting it together. Like for instance, you want to form association, a society. Now animate as a group, through this platform, you want to be preoccupied. We need some guidance.
Yeah.
At Sarono, and an MBS aside for National Board for Small Scale Industry for a big play.
Okay.
Now, mono after what is called the bridge. They will bridge you to the loom. What I say? It is not out of their mandate to do what they are doing at all. It is within the context of the MBSSI law.
Okay.
Secondly, you did mention. In fact, I'm glad. So, excellent historical memory of Maslow and their. Luckily, Stika is not doing what Stika. Sani manaka Stika omunyebi. Those things say political patronage, you talk as political patronage, I-10, you can boon it.
Yeah, because over the years, you have bad record with
knowledge, you know, knowledge of the past, and of course, I will be painting us the way the bad way in the afternoon. That's so luckily, Stika management, no. Nyamia, I don't say, one found fast ally on coho. It might some mean pushing man in coho, or bro young coy. Okay. Sabi the pie or say, why by reforms are or yet my pa, and the mamma must look at Tumpon, Yamanabasu. When you be a Moasia or Monochrono. Okay, Yamanabasu, why are they? So, Frank, let's just say, you're queer him, no man Tumpon. You're queer him, no, now, you better say, or Fidie no, Coso, and a punch. Now, which has been television or science here. Kessben Radio, Mama Journey and Facebook Live. I'm only Eddie Jumani answer so Yamamo Akwaba. Aja butter from Aja butter Adenta Ewa Ghanaians will look at their standard of living, the city depreciation, utility bills, transport fares, collapse of banks and jobs, commodity prices, government bribery, corruption, etc., etc. And vote on the basis of that, but not what an incompetent, confusing, losing man and EC is saying. Okay. Now this person says, "Good evening to you, lawyer. I'm watching you live from Italy, Napoli." Okay. This Kwabena, this is Osei Foster sends that one. Kwabena Asma says, "Okay, sir, Awuku Suboy." Says the NDC should invest their time and energy on how to market their incompetent Airbus government official one to the good people of Ghana and stop the baseless attacks and trying to create disaffection for the Electoral Commission in undertaking their constitutional mandate. The new voters register is non-negotiable. Now, Baba Zamo says in 2016 the EC told us that their system has been tempered, so they have to confirm the results pink sheet by pink sheet to get accurate figures. Let's ask ourselves, is it not party representatives, polling agents that sign the pink sheet? So how then would the EC rig elections for certain party? Se ubo ubra yea udidi peche. This is Baba Samo Master Planner. Sends that. Okay, you can also send us your message. I promise you that I'll read the Facebook Live comments. So you can also send your comment. We'll read it live for people to hear. Now, messages kakra I will have a member, panel members on every discussion. Formula constituency is about to get a big brain MP in Philip Ofori Asante Pofa. All the way, those size Sadiq Formina sends as this one. This one says Shraba Aneka Ashaman. I don't really understand why the NDC and Baby will shout it and Airbus John Mahama want to come back to power again. Or don't they think Jubilee House is a Champions League game and they need another second league match? I pity them. The registration will come on for us to register. If our enemies don't like it or not, God bless Nanado and 4 more years for Nana. And regards to my incoming MP, Shaman Honorable Alaji Labran Yakubu Barry. Now this person says, good evening to you, lawyer. The NDC should go to hell
and the EC will compile the new voters register. Bretoba Amankwah from Asante Asaman sends this one. This one says, has the NDC chicken out of the legal tussle challenging legitimacy and propriety of the Electoral Commission to execute its constitutional mandate, such as compilation of the new voters register? Should Ghanaians be governed and be controlled by the NDC dictates or the legitimate and functional constitution? Okay, K Kusi Juso Besiase says that I notice you have other long messages. You read in your bullet tot small. I am glad the EC is being proactive. The EC must be allowed to carry out its constitutional mandate without fear or any intimidation. We are not in a jungle, and if anyone feels aggrieved, they must go to court to seek redress. Regards to Honorable S.K. Nyama Kwada. So I'm teacher Kujo Tepa, you know, Susu sends this one. Teacher Kujo, stop testing. I will not read the one you are testing. Now this person says Rainbow Kaswa. The CAP business support is a tremendous initiative by Nanado's government to help reduce poverty in Ghana. Gradually, with Nanado and the MPP, we shall get there. Regards to Honorable Hawa Kumsen and Mr. William Frimpong Bonsu, Asutifi North Constituency. This one says Billy Bones, Kumasia from Kwanta. Good work, best of host evening program. NDC members must stop joking about EC registration. Oh, shame unto them. Now, this one says, good evening, lawyer. Please, we are a group of teenagers who want to help children on the streets, and we want some funding for some projects we want to embark on. Okay, you have sent a video. I'll take time and I will watch the video, see what we can also do to help. Okay, this teacher Kujo Tepanyina Susu says EC should go on with the registration and ignore the few vocal opposition because the majority of Ghanaians support a new voters register. We cannot use a corrupt NDC register that has to be supported. We pinch it before it can be credible. Now this one says, instead of preparing for the election and selling their message, the NDC only attacked the EC for no reason. How do they expect to win power with such an attitude? The EC will deliver on this Monday without fear or favor. The NDC must sit up. Success PK Kaswa sends us this message. Say Awuku Asuboy says the NDC should invest their time and energy on how to market the incompetent Bas government official one to the good people of Ghana and stop the business attacks trying to create disaffection for the Electoral Commission in undertaking their constitutional mandate. This one says Robbie faction Dichamso near Golda Hotel. The NDC, when it comes to lies, they are the best. Sedun Katia is totally confused. The other one I will not say. And rambling, not the EC. Sedu should try and tell Ghanaians what he has and is confused. NDC can offer this nation and Ghanaian people. Regards to Honorable Hilda Ado, incoming MP for Kwadaso, and lawyer John Kuma for Juso constituency. Hilda Ado, I don't know if she's still in the race. Okay, so we have two important issues to deal with in Ghana right now. These issues are COVID-19 and compilation of new voters registered by the EC. If you know your political party that can't offer solution to these issues, keep quiet. Greetings to Honorable Dr. S.K. Nyamakwada, so MP. This one is coming from Teacher Constitution. We are more say. This person says, good evening to you, Council. Greetings from Nkoko constituency, most especially from Lawyer Joy Zopuku Boateng. We wish her well in the parliamentary primaries. Article 44-45 of the Constitution established the Electoral Commission of Ghana, and most importantly, as an independent state institution, and it stands to reason that there should not be any interference from anybody as far as their work is concerned. But now, political parties are always on the case to toe a certain line. It's becoming nauseating how the EC is pressuring them, and DC is pressuring them not to do a new register. What do they have to hide with the old one? Again, if we believe they are independent, then let's allow them to work in peace, as President Mahama suggested in 2016. K. Nkoko sends us this message. Some politicians will kill our mother Ghana. You went to Brazil, chew coconut with a large sums of money, and now blaming the Electoral Commission boss. These people so-called themselves Christians. I won't read the one you tested. K. Buadi Bosome Freho sends this one. Say, Papa lawyer. So, Mr. Fosampofo, not ashamed of himself, what he did in Brazil when he cracked. Okay, let's stick to the issues. What is really wrong with these NDC leaders? The EC is mandatory by the Constitution to organize free, transparent, and credible elections in the country. The NDC can't go to hell. Do they still think they are empowered? The EC must go ahead to compile a new voters register. Senior Bacha Asen Dansami. I'm sure I got that one correct. If not, forgive me. Citizen Francis MPP Facebook caucus. This fervency with which the NDC are vehemently opposed to the compilation of new voters register leaves a lot to be desired. What would they lose if a new register is compiled? Regards to Mr. William Frimpong Bonsu, Asutifi North Constituency. In 2016, the EC told us that their system has been tampered, so they have to confirm results. Okay, pink sheet one. I've read this one somewhere. Lawyer, thank you, and I say thank you too. Please, lawyer, I am from Amankwah South. What is DCE and police commander doing to protect the area? We don't have anybody to protect us from armed robbers. Please tell government to turn its eye for us. We're suffering too much. We're also part of Ghana, oh lawyer. We appreciate you are part of Ghana. You deserve to be protected, and the leaders are watching. They will have to do something about it. Lawyer, good evening to you. Is the NDC the ruling party? I can't understand that at all. They are too noisy, and I have devised a way of ignoring them by turning my TV off anytime I see some faces. They look tired, frustrated, and hungry. I am Mama Grace from Kumasi. Mama Grace, good evening to you. Interesting message. Okay, so let me be checking the time because I'm reading messages for. Okay, so from messages, I will endeavor to read more. Mame share where was our messages. Mame can messages and kasaka krabi na membra panel for her in your brain. This man says, His Excellency Nanado and the MPP will not and will never rig an election before winning. In 2016, we, the MPP, brought out a good and reasonable campaign message, and it touched the hearts of Ghanaians. This is what the NDC is lacking. They should rather be thinking of an alternative B, because a new voters register will be compiled. Stop the press conferences. Start training polling agents. 2020 polls is for Nana. The 4 more years for Nana. Okay, thank you for your message. Lawyer Honorable Philip Ofosu Asante will win Formina election because he's a good man. Original Shamu Obuasi sends this one. Teacher Constitution, I read your message somewhere. Teacher Constitution. This okay. One is Teacher Constitution. One is Teacher Kujo. Both of you have read your messages as the WhatsApp section. Good evening to you, lawyer, and your guest. Indeed, Nado has done and still doing what he can within this short period of pandemic. This is what is meant by good leadership. Nana, go high, 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 said, and so Abia Masanta Chembompata, since Mr. Teacher Constitution, Teacher Kujo, all of you have read your message somewhere, no reading them again here. Good evening to you, lawyer. Why are you and your panelists not wearing your nose masks? Where is yours? I have it right here. We are observing social distance. Problem is that when you wear it, I speak, you cannot hear. Where is yours? Are you not disobeying the president orders of COVID-19? Amankwah of Abyssinia Sunyane. Why I admire, appreciate your concerns, but for purposes of, we are observing social distancing. That's why. Walanyo Inekwatia says NDC is in their propaganda business in order to prepare the minds of the supporters to infringe on the EC that the election has been rigged in favor of the MPP. Time wastes no man, and NDC should be realistic and face the challenges ahead of them by naming their running mates rather than attacking the EC intention to compile new voters register. Okay, so please, lawyer, tell them to stop criticizing the EC. Asabre from Sevi also sends us this message. This one says, good evening to you, boss. As for me, I don't agree with you and the NPP. Simply because Ghanaians are suffering from coronavirus, and because of that, businesses are not moving well, yet you are going for a new registration. Abba, is this realistic? So is it free? Richard inside New City, Krobo, Odumase. I don't know the one that you want to find out if it is free. The money will be paid with some reasonable interest, 1 year moratorium and other. It is not compulsory anyway. If you need it, you go for it. If you think you are cool, you don't need it, you can chill. Shine your eye. Okay, so back to the studio, 9:17. Mr. Philip Ofori Asante is here. Mr. Frank Abuaje Danyansa is here. We are talking Ghana and we are thinking Ghana. Now, Mr. Frank Abuaje Danyansa, Edienti ena wone unkrofo a omono was a interparty resistance against compilation of new voters register. I must say, Electoral Commission any say or compile new voters register. When Electoral Commission amaya tia say June we are yebesimi omo de enema begu akwam ahwe say omo be compile new voters register wa bre kwan so a yen kote COVID-19 say ye kwa akoye registration.
So easy and omo me dey one sense there ya can't do na
yeah focus
baby aba yes I intimu biem dey di kan your man mu na ye chechire oman enye tintin trinity ene ne ampesa me ye na me ye enti uti ase a go to hell there be ye fa numbu man na obi ye bi abaya bo tete no sa ba ne bo ba eye ye okrom ha ema Supreme Court atna Electoral Commission ene abato ho nsem so akole for reforms ankasa eno no nema bebre wo ma ne enim se etochima lawyer oni me ya adwene se over the period ye ka se bibi credible ade a stand the test of time emia moral sentiments and cansem wa hawo yenka ade no se ne yete a document a stand the test of time document ye de ato aba akokot ye yi ebi mudin mu afrim abu Ramadan 1 2 a challenge ma omo de NHIS register ye yi free mu eno nkoda Electoral Commission Supreme Court ma certain orders no ya main trustee EC one bit when it comes to timeline. One, EC has never been able to implement Europa 7 almost 8 years near Supreme Court order.
But that is not the same as compilation.
No. Lawyer, you see, we are talking about one woman.
Yes.
And I am making reference to the fact that me trust when it comes to timeline. It's my mouth.
So timeline, let's stick to compilation or register.
Register.
This pattern is in court.
No, but it's electoral commission.
It's in court.
But it's electoral commission. But it is electoral commission.
People are before court to enforce that.
But it is electoral commission.
So let's stick to what is compilation.
But it is electoral commission. That is my argument. They are supposed to be the electoral commission. Ain't me fancy saying we are come over the years from a Parisian time. Basically, say a year continuous registration. What is the big problem for this country?
What has that to do with the compilation of the
lawyer, how can they say?
I will come in because I have to ask questions.
No, but you can't register once. You will obia, you say, Omo Musha about also I am pese oye nebesi. Okwa manonia, aya in front of one, you can say, and I'll call UK, and I'll call US. Lawyer unim. And don't sit here and tell people said you unim. Who did you do what here? UK. You for phone, you have say. Mr. Denyan said, what did you do what you? Within the next 3 days, by office, never do voters ID card.
How does fit into the compilation or new register?
The electoral commission as a body and institution. And you pointing on mommy, you say, see your reforms and what's here, you in fact that couldn't play. And sorry, Marble and say, because I media, they are person me and me.
Many problem with where you are going. I want us to stick to the compilation or no
compilation. I say, Baropa is compilation.
How so?
Oh, no, Nipadini better. More man on base me at Waba.
It's about franchising them.
Exactly, and now people are being disenfranchised based on the fact that on one fan NIA and register.
So let's go there.
No, maybe the point we say.
Any times our
Meme na ade ama me say me kasa wie na me so ade fa
okay
na electoral commission ya ma time say je kwan ya obefa nko bia be di dun wotwe na ye register no na egusu register nke na etie ye say register ni padodo say lawyer ya to aba in 2016 ye wo year by 2020 electoral commission website na ka che de nyansa say ni padodo say na to aba registered people are to about Kroimu. It has never been declared. Kroimu. Least if one Ankasa officer and you are telling me supporting an institution. I was on Makache and Padua to Aba, Omuntimin Kaya. And then one more registered now over 30 million people from the voters ID card. I registered also one pet. Young to me, I was part of the team. You call Netherlands. Echo company or no manufacturers are. Biometric verification machines no. Any omu din komo say ye electoral commission e kan asem we akere. Say machine na mo ye no 2016 no. Ye ntimi upgrade. Na be cost ye more than say the be for. No kre. Company say there be. Who know na sami jemfi mo de letter buy ya omo be prove say conversations we have had with them.
Because when they brought that thing, the EC came out ebema the side of refute to side. Refute to side. As what? The credibility of what purported to be elected from the company.
Lawyer, you clearly 2012. Register, you clearly 2016. Who a problem woman limited registration? Who clean the system? And Bronina who say the machine yent me for facial verification income. What's the boy? It me support the idea me wo gidi wo say idea we dey ni pay ken ni dey ni pay ken. We dey na gina enye me na me ye MPP ni etimi feel say ade ne yenti yenye no
but as citizens maybe no any crofo na ewo interparty resistance against compilation of new voters register ye was a mandate na I say 2 minutes say ye be say ye ma electoral commission
and when maybe anything I may start say the catch say your democratic country
okay
e kabina min kabi who bet me akasa opesa ya de me smith me acho say oh my dream ne say de wo ye nye eti ho no na me de besi e wo moral rights so say electoral commission who say chinchina twan wono ne de to me ama no de open no be ya only the moral rights after that now and then I'm the COVID ni be same say you were COVID mu a you see social distancing e man kwala kran ko school lawyer man sorry ni adwuma businesses are collapsing president di sika e se nkofo botom enne profit na wa analyze ya kan ho asem percentage scale dey man nkofo se ja wa yem sise na wo ye batan a Now at this point in time, it is a dangerous precedent. And at this time, we are not in normal times, and you kind of positively, you kind of negatively. So you don't tell me say what they want to procure PPEs. It's young risking conform. No one quotes na baby. It won't be a GDA babuase. And then you only power over 587 or more positive cases. So about the same konya betrodi.
Now because I want to see, in spite of your figures, numbers now more daily lives no about we here don't you live your normal life?
In spite of these figures, about we are see Ghana daily life about we here.
Don't we go to bank to cash money?
But so why are students not going to school?
No, I'm saying say students go to school because maybe apart from a sorry I am any school I am funerals are ban and
don't forget say it's nephew under lockdown.
No, maybe lockdown.
And this say yes, you can share.
But I say lockdown you tremor. But I'm saying say I'm asking a very simple question. Obuase for so be here. Ghana so be here ska. Say also come bank go in the sika onkwana. Okay. Now let's continue.
It is now who say who compare.
No, men compare.
Exactly. Good. It will be to me akoyu sika based on so be observe. Other banks, I mean, body. Send your own sitting arrangements. Your mutima may be tiabonting. And people feel say, oh, made the mistake and I got to one thing and person me I'll pass through that hassle to get the money. And here one.
Okay.
Don't forget. And you'll be all right. So Tony Dean one woman, so we're doing pay doing what. And then Nipana, the Yan say, the Onukra voters ID, obey me a bear man penny. The Okra voters ID, obey me a bear minister. The Okra voters ID bet me at Tuaba. Sakata and Unibia. Untimi near the Maboy Mumbia. But so when I card, you cannot tell me say and no to me say fatwa.
No.
It's why are we making it a case say? Yeah, dear, you better control the na ya say the social distancing be ya juma. Lawyer, ko we etimu. Obi timi ko e de boba e ko salai anopa. Say no waba be do ahomache. It was the boba to ya throw the na me monitor. Even NIA keke. Na my witness voters registration. Don't forget, my elections twice will grow with 2012, 2016.
Yeah.
Meaning, they are also during the election period, even the process.
Okay.
It is will be quite controlling the keka. Meaning, they see what that grounds for.
Okay.
Yet, the Roman and Tokwani beja timisi. Security agencies said, dear GDA na so muno. Only to my own by. But this time around, Yarabia by a friend of COVID-19. Say, easy for GD say, COVID ni moment to me, yeah. Yes, the old register no. You cleaning no, you limited registration.
Say in that case no, from narration a woman. Say obi enter the bansi abontin say uncle register because of COVID-19. If say you see say obi you sue the old register. Now for now omo attain 18 years and I say be no to account to whatever omo buy was a register omo. Is in yes or quack register. How is this going
the
to
number? You see, COVID-19 is against crowding.
Okay.
It's and ye na ye koye. Any kakrebi koye na mani nyepe.
Okay, so say is no to me a device means MIN overcrowded. Ewo area ye kwa registration. Ne nationwide are you
people would have called to still go. Yeah, we legitimately go and do the registration.
Sir.
I don't say I can't want them that.
Okay.
And we have argued our point to say
okay.
That is the moral side of it. Okay. The first angle I'm doing on here, Nema yet say is in over the period.
Okay.
And the biometric verification machine, your evidence say. The Ombeka say then the second one is the moral one, and you can't COVID. Okay. The other one is adding to the plight of the average Ghanaian and say, Yanko Salino with 25 distancing. No. Hey, how?
Okay, maybe I say, Baba, who be a mammy call Miss Ophelia Santiminian. I didn't show on this one. Ophelia Santi.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Frank landed on the point where he's saying, say, easy no bit to me, Eden Shisheye, Abba, overcrowded. Ablekwa ye registration, ye endanger the lives of Ghanaians. I mean, that's cool.
The matter is settled. The matter, from what I said, the matter is settled. Because, and I thank him so I settled the matter. Was it easy between the sharp to a crumb, say young way overclouded. And they will support the voter registration exercise. Easy. Find share to come so the audio to come. Make sure say young crowded. Oh, overcrowded. Oh, maybe young registration. The matter closed.
Okay.
Anambwa.
Babika.
Nemo. Wait, no, the someone born, but you see, before say, when I listen to Mitie Minianum argument, now it's in fact, sometimes because seriously speaking, they are mixing the issues. What is their main argument? Their main argument is that what more friends saying coalition against compilation of new voters register. Yeah, but you are for compilation of new voters register. No, you are. Hang on. You are for compilation of new voters register because you believe say something ought to be done about the old register. But we said that deputy. Because you believe that first and foremost they cleaning the existing register. Exactly. Oh, see.
Exactly.
You want to have. It's important that all voters, new voters register. The only problem is how do we get there? One school of thought to say yes, capital totally near compiling for. Another school of thought, which is where they belong to, and they say you clean the Ohene, limited exhibition, limited registration. Yeah. So it's about how. In terms of new voter register, they support it. I support it. All of us do support it, don't you?
No, we don't.
No, hang on. But your own argument. If I'm not telling
I don't support it. Period.
No, you do. You do because you said. Don't you agree? Say, you review the existing register.
No, but review is not a total scrapping of the old one.
It's a process. How do it is the how. In terms of the what, you agree. Correct me if I'm wrong. In terms of the what, or you agree. It is the how to get there that you actually disagree. As for the methods, it's about the methods. It's about the methods of getting to a destination of a new voter register for 2020 elections and beyond. And not the year can some. Sometimes, again, me take in some Libya. Na me so can some no. O de oka. Ya na weti wa poso. No weti wan kasa wo ho. No ti wan kasa wo bo no. Asana make no. Me am provide the answer no. And I see that a lot coming through. One of the key arguments that are there is say omum premium fa existing voter card any basis for registration and they are wrong because in the case of Abura Wada versus Electoral Commission, the Supreme Court directed say yes Panji you sue health insurance. Yeah. Question: how many were they? How many were expunged?
No, but people were expunged. Oh, is it about the number?
The bit is very important.
No.
Oh, you see, if you don't,
I'll be telling the question.
I'm making an argument and I'm asking a very rhetorical question. No, it's not meant for you. It's not meant. So it's important that you shut up and listen. You shut up and listen. You have 2 years and 1 month. Please.
Okay.
Talk less, 50% less than you listen.
Okay, so you go ahead.
So don't be talking too much. If you talk too much, you won't learn. What I'm saying is, there were, per Electoral Commission own admission, there were about 800,000 plus people who registered with the National Health Insurance card. I don't even think people have even paused to ask themselves why the Supreme Court said we will not allow National Health Insurance card as a basis for registering a national. Remember, one is a national card, one is a geographical card. That's the difference. Now, EC expired only about 40,000 from the records, but there were over 800,000 people who did that.
No.
That's it.
No, also them. That's an indictment on the EC.
No, the EC.
Yes, you only did film.
The EC couldn't. They couldn't do that.
You remember saying court order.
People went to Oh, they be moment me.
Do they have evidence say be that home?
Oh, what are you saying?
Oh, no.
Hang on, Frank, listen. I am saying, easy saying, yes, no, hang on. Or say, I got the directive, per the ruling, I set out to do it. Unfortunately, remember, say, and for me, I'm saddened by the position, the posture that my friends have taken. Because, you're on my whim. And I shall not say, and say, for some reason, EC's platform has been hacked into. Do you have confidence in that platform? And I hear arguments, oh, that's not one I'm going to talk about, I'm going to say, we're the referendum. And one day, the about say district level election. District level election, me to me democracy. When you declare your results. It is different from transmission of results. Remember, the return officer for national election, for the presidential election, the electoral commissioner, and therefore you need to transmit the results to the center for the electoral commissioner to declare the results. Okay, so if you tell me that the platform now may want is being hacked into, you expect me to trust the platform? The answer is no, obviously no. Do you want to have elections where the electoral commissioner himself is telling or herself is telling you, say, and you're credible because the system is being tampered with? Come on, let's face it. Let's be real. And I because look, sometimes and your argument be luckily you know Frank Mo. I just to some new voter register. Except how no. Okay? Me say, me just say for new voter register. How no? I electoral commission that one my pressure. That's the point of divergence. That's our whole pressure. No, I mean
so the protocols are also observed. No, if you say bit me abuama. Yeah, register wa bre kwa yen compromise. So what are the national protocols are in place? Number 1, social distancing, correct? Number 2, face masking, correct? Number 3, making sure that you wash your hands or you sanitize. Is that not the case? Question that arises. Is the protocols now they are too common? A respect to anime this one as in so. Say this one, why are we saying no? And I think say this one. Okay. Because we share the process someone follow now. I mean, they are not even attacking that because they know it follows. It's in line with the laws. It's in line with the process that have been laid out by COVID-19 team. And yes, I'm not crying. And saying sometimes I don't get it. Okay. Messsages, kakra. Owuswa J Ebenezer Facebook Live says, fantastic, good evening to you, lawyer. The NDC should know that without new registration, there can't be elections come December 7. Legitimately, thousands of young people have turned 18 and would have to vote. So without new registration, how would they vote? There are hundreds of people who, for one reason or the other, did not register in the last registration exercise. What becomes of their fate? If limited registration is possible, general registration is equally possible. If social distancing practices cannot be observed during a 40-day registration exercise, can social distancing be observed during a one-day voting exercise? The hypocrisy of the NDC must stop. A new voters register is a must. We need a Ghanaian voters register, not an ECOWAS register. June, July, Kentampo sends this one. Fantastic name, June, July. Ade Amponsem Benjamin says the NDC and the MPP are the same. When they are in opposition, they talk otherwise. And when in power, too, it is the other side of the coin. Greedy politicians. God is watching you hypocrites. Daniel Faculty says the easy registration is not by force. So when it starts, the NDC members can stay home so that those who are interested will do the registration. Alfred Edward Takra says, NDC, keep on shifting the goal post. Osei Foster says, good evening to you, lawyer. I'm watching you live from Italy, Napoli. Alfred Edward Takra says, NDC fears their own shadows. Kofi Fenting says, watching the live show in London, 4 more years for Nana. Kwabna Asma says, something that is no. Sir Awuku, I've read your message somewhere. Dr. Baba Zamo somewhere. Edward Champon, lawyer, tell Frank Abwaje to pay to, oh, okay, this one, I will not read this one. I don't know what you mean by what you posted, but you know, you should know that I will not do that. Okay, so so the COVID-19 cases are still rising. Obuasi people should also be careful, because we don't want to die prematurely. Mr. Evans or Ting Quanta Santasi sends this one. He says he doesn't want to die as a premature person. Now this one says, Robbie faction, so Robbie, I've read your message somewhere, I remember very well. When a stranger comes, you give him chair, then some children outside. Same to COVID-19. When cases jump, automatically recoveries jump, death jump. What story is the government telling us from Obema Ponting? Okay, interesting one from Obema. Lord, good evening to you and your panel. Thank you for a great job you're doing. Greetings to Dr. Nana. Are you a free MP for Efijasi Asokore constituency? When new or Nana will lose, it's because some people want to register underage. That is why she don't want to accept birth certificates. Birth certificate. Have you ever seen any picture on a birth certificate that shows who you are? Let us forget NDC and MPP and make some changes. Gasti from Dominacy. Birth cert since 1992 has never been acceptable for registration. Hi, lawyer, tell the NDC that no Togolese is ready to vote for them again. Well, this is a wild allegation. Please, I'm asking the man that's bringing this matter about JW people. Oh, we have not talked about any JW people here. Please, Pacho, JW Yanka Masemanyu brain. I agree to you all. I know we have a difficult task ahead, but you are a good and you are going to win by the grace of God. Of course, see money as Santiba Kwai sends this one. I'm sure he's referring to you. Good evening to you, lawyer. God bless President Nado for the good measure he's putting in place to fight COVID-19. Coronavirus alleviation program business support scheme is a very good move that will help businessmen and women and the economy at large. We saw some past leaders that brought doomsday with our electricity tariff but couldn't give businesses such relief. Ghanaians are so much grateful to you, His Excellency, and we will surely reward you in the 2020 elections. Master Planner Junior Kentampo sends us this one. Adanse will work again. The dawn of a new era has begun. The voice of the voiceless in Pufa we trust. Unyamensa womu gidi 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 gidi. Ashes Obuase Pomposo sends us this one. Good evening to you, lawyer. Thank you and your panelists for educating us this evening, especially Mr. Philip Sante. In fact, for my constituency is blessed to have him. Akwasi Nana Kwasi Pipra, aka Nana Nie Asen Daman, sends this one. OPK Gosso says NDC are hiding. According to Charlotte Say, Amadou Sule illegal voters he transferred into the register in 2016. That is why they are afraid of a new one, but it's coming like a kite. Regards to Honorable Martin Ajay Mensa Kosa, incumbent MP for Techiman South, and Nana Kwaku Meno Gosso Sanahene. Quickly, let me go to Mr. Asante for his Just give me I'm coming. Just give me some few minutes. Lawyer, what's the NDC stance now? At first, they were saying the register is credible, so they will not let the EC do new register. Second, then they don't have money for their to COVID-19, and now challenging the passport and birth certificate. Haba, what is inside the old register? The NDC is not ready to tell Ghanaians. Set Dabai would want to know. Lawyer, please, good evening. I really appreciate the work you are doing. The registration will come on. Everyone must go and register. I greet newly elected MCE for Prestia Huni Valley, Honorable Dr. Isaac Dasmani from Philip in Sia Bogoso. This one says, good evening to you, my people. First of all, I use my birth certificate to procure my national ID card and my passport. Why can't I use the same birth certificate to acquire new voters register? My mother is my relative, but my grandmother is not. Why? Nana K. Obuase Akaporiso. Well, Nana K, let me tell you, birth certificates, if you use your birth certificate to procure national ID card, I'll be surprised, because by law, birth certificate was not one of the acceptable national cards for registration. It was a complementary, like driver's license and others. But birth certificates alone could not have been a card or a document that you use to register. That's why. And it's not a national ID. So, and if you have your national ID in any case, why do you want to go back and use your birth certificate to register? You use your O level to go to A level. You use your A level to go to the university. We say, bring your university certificate, let us employ you. We say, there be unfair on tour. Mama confirm a medical middle school, no, and one and person with the employment when we are employing graduates. How can that work? Papa? Good evening to you, lawyer. I'm enjoying your program, but please, whether the NDC like it or not, the EC will embark on the voter registration exercise. My simple advice to them is that they should boycott it because they have already lost 2020 elections. Eliphas Kumau sends this message. Asedun Katia says they are not boycotting any elections. They will go for the elections. Mr. Philip Ofori Asante Pofa is the best man to take the people of Formina constituency to the mountain of the apex. In Mofa we trust, the voice of the voiceless. Ashes senses one. The John Mahama presidency was a cancerous tumor whose removal called for an eternal Thanksgiving service. The John Mahama regime was a blot on the already decaying conscience of the nation, an error of an era, and a tragic accident in the history of our country. Any suggestion of a John Mahama return, in my candid view, was cruel, disheartening, and insensitive to whoever loved this nation. Credits to Manasseh Azuri Awone in his book, The Fourth John, Rain, Rejection, and Rebound, page 369. The battle is still the Lord's. Regards, Mr. Evans Farijan Yabua, CEO, AG Foundation from MTN, Adentia Sunyane West. This one says, lawyer, thank you. And I say thank you too. Asiedun Katia, aka Kwasia Binti, is blowing hot hair and waxing relica. And it's funny how the NDC behaves. They are still in power. Maybe someone needs to remind them that they are in opposition. Any move to destabilize the country will be resisted Let's allow the EC to do their work in peace. I think we need to re-emphasize what McMahon said. With or without a new register, the MPP is winning election 2020. 4 more years for Nana. Let's stay safe and remember to wear our masks. Greetings about Tampa Joyce Opoko Boateng and NPP parliamentary aspirants Nkoko constituency. K. Nkoko sends as this message. I greet Mr. Philip Ofori and the entire crew. It is not going to be easy, but he's a good man and he's going to win. Okay, so back to the studio. We have about 10 minutes to go. So I can give 336 and I'll keep 4. Benevolent detector for that matter. Now, Mr. Asemfree, the answer of 4 minutes. I said I'll give 3 minutes, right?
Yeah,
3 minutes. Let's go.
Medase. I think, sir, also, and praying, and a electoral commission, yepe, ochina, and a Dutch electoral commission. And your presidencies, young Pessi, this answer. And near my AC and sanitizing the east near Jumakesi. And Jumakesi. And my man, yes, and they favor me to me, okay. So, in favor, I know some back, I can't defend thing. And that has been the position of these political parties over the years. They are qualified. They say, Yenya dear Bema Ghana as from Diaba. Never prepare pay beba. At the end of the day, dear Niepe. And then ye can't Ghana card. I said, ye Ghana card, abe. You say now, can say, ye and Fab sets and Koyana grad. Yes, but ye Ghana card, abe. Opa, yen sorry, no near Boppy, and Cassan, why, the pardon a war bear set. Any voters ID that any be. Omo Fambegua. Omo more Ghana card in Fambegua. Near ready to do. We have a problem with inconform to me any opportunity. Baby, now how Marco Tromu on Monsankai to date.
No, but if I throw dinner, deal with database, why you don't need that?
No, but in Sankai. And in Sankai. You don't need a card. No, you need the person needs a card. Once don't make it look like the deal or document anymore. Ukita card now and say you have it. Say one fashion and man over bony detail. After now, a system bony dia checking. Is that what we are saying? Your card, it's me, I am a ECOWAS card.
So what is the concern specifically? Is it
we are disenfranchising people?
How?
Oh, lawyer, but the number of people are more the old card, and also take the new. And I make a choice say, yeah, even with the old card, because of frequent reviews, no, and my crime will be a foreigner, and it is uncle.
Okay.
See, exhibition near a new register. I almost made you do what, and you'll be on register that new control.
But then the EC says, the new CI now, what they are called to Parliament, say mature, are seeking to amend the old CI. No, Ebema Kwenyama Obia or no passport or national identification card. Ebetimi vouch for 10 people instead of 5 people are a what now the present or the existing CI.
Lawyer, even
is that not
lawyer? Only say. Ye mubi there be access to say money nti ye kone ye register wi ye kofie.
Yeah.
Me matna polling center share my registration akoso akosi wi ye hu ye si wo pe. Even when I see nipa 2 betimi vouch mo obi no. Nyo mesi. Assembly members omo the area kotena ho. Party for omo ye omo so omo agents kotena ho. E confirm for the ban no say ono vouch for. Without any of us verifying whether nipa no be ofri no kra na say enya no kra. But omo found what the sample for di korem. And assume say me wo ho. Na bi only pofaba. Mo ye nipa be 3. Mo de mo say mo vouch for o producer. Na me kwa me say there be menti ase me ni mo producer or community
mo.
Challenge to what? O fill form ko wi a. There's no way I see actual letter about back. Da. In any of the elections you want no me challenge no. Lawyer Makase, you did election in Okromo.
Okay.
There is nowhere in this country will be actual petition. I'm easy. Registration center. I'm easy. I reply or say, what the other buy say legitimate and I'm legitimate. You won't be that. It is a body that has not been able to even justify why obisi and you be in the womb. Now yet one and the panel the card, non the register. And I'll call to Naban. Why do you want us to trust say? Register ye issue over time are cleaning. To me, are they standing the test of time?
Will you go to court to challenge the EC?
That would be, but you know, sir, we have various positions on it. The kind have various demonstrations. You regional demonstrations, no, and a COVID nearby. If it gets to that point,
you go to court
with a team of lawyers. You did evidence, you crack. You make me pinning down the electoral commission to do what is right for Ghanaians.
You go to court. May I say, Mr. Furasanze.
Yes.
You have 3 minutes.
Let me 2 minutes come for say Okasa na obia for that matter. Ya na wa jai kakra no weti wo ho. Na obi hu say okay bi say Ghana card register na card na ma do na card ma. The fact you are register you go through a certain process so you could do qualify. So you can take that same process, try to register to go and vote. So it means so there's no issue there. But and the mommy and son America, number one, NDC, NPP have been very consistent with their positions on this matter. In 2012, recall, NPP took a certain position, and that was let's change the voter register. We've continued in 2016, and it fell. No, 2016, then it fell on deaf ears. I'm fine, NDC said no. They prevailed. Now we are back to the same subject. NPP says we don't trust this register. Let's change it. NDC says no. Na media di hami wom. Assemble a saving ketia aka. Or see omoja. Be twaso. Ese obi kase me moja be twaso a. Just e dey kura na aba. Just o advocates say nipa for moja anko twaso and prevent it. What is this? What is this? Anymore when names this is so. Frank, and this is most social size in ways. And then money and this. I mean, it's not right. So we are something there, or something. Some condemn on. And I don't remember issue. No, but it is there. I mean, it's there on social media. Go and check. He had a press conference and said it in the public. So it's a public. It's a matter for the public. It's not me saying it. Finally, why are my people, Frank and his cohorts, seeking to subvert the legitimate authority of the Electoral Commission to do what is legitimate, what is by law legitimately given to them to do, I don't know one person who I didn't think one person Electoral Commission in I'm not a man who quite one in or independent. What's me? A man said I'm a person, a crime and so on. Mede or more obia or representation of parliament obia or the see to parliament I will try some mature so was Zambia there are processes and then
okay as about so furious and saying brain and Abubakar says so what at all is in this whole register NDC is hiding from Ghanaians. Can politicians be circumspect on national issues? God is watching. Okay, Nanado want to prevent eligible voters from voting in 2020. That is why we are fighting for our right. Daniel Faculty says the registration is not by force. Okay. Cosmos Appear says, what is the NDC worry about the register? Only register win the election. Cosmos Appear at Tunswago will want to find out. After the Duata crisis, NDC keep on shifting the goalpost. Osei, for so good evening to you, lawyer. I'm watching you. Okay, Napoli have talked about this one. So, because I have read that one. Okay. Isaac Boateng. Good listening to you, lawyer from Germany, and your panelists. Please tell the NDC that only EC is mandated to conduct elections in Ghana. If EC misconduct itself, everyone has a right to go to court. The NDC should give us a break. EC is working for all Ghanaians, not only political parties. If they disagree with EC, they can go to court. Isaac Boabwatin sends us this message from We are left with just 1 minute.
In fact, two things. Number one.
Okay.
If I have 1 minute, I'll be quick. In fact, Frank, me Michelle, me ni agent hopa. But then come from my constituency, I call register. Okay. Now, what about be lead advocate for my campaign team?
Okay.
And so be onye. I've recruited you from today. Oh, that be. When you over center be diagro. So what I say. I feel finally. The Americans say, "Many say don't get here, and then you Frank, money and yashi. Some say, money ready. You bought prayer, mamma register. Okay. Yeah, you better register, mamma. We have for bandia, mamma."
On that note, thank you so much for being with us this evening on this Punch program. You better, Mr. Philip Ofori Asante Asipa ye Formula constituency ono